Hi guys, welcome back to the African Millennials. So today we are speaking about this season, all the things that went down. Who's ready for the discussion?
You're ready.
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready. Let's get it.
All right, so let's discuss it. Let's talk about it. Who do you guys feel was the most controversial person in the cast?
I have a few. I can't just name one.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us.
All right. Number one, Tunde. Number two, Francia.
Wait, Tunde? All right, cool. Go ahead.
Tunde.
All right, go ahead.
Tunde from him and Francia had that little.
Yeah,
the
the
back
season
and
finale,
forth,
season
or-
finale.
Yeah, so number one, Tunde. Number two is Francia because she just said some stuff that was like looking at her like, let's go with you.
I mean, if you say
And
that,
number
then you
three-
got to say Milan then. If you just
Yeah, I'm
be
gonna
like,
say
yeah.
that's. I'm
Milan
listening
on
to
my list
people.
already.
Milan is on my list, and people would say Regis. I'm gonna say I got a lot of love for my man, so I'm gonna say Regis.
For me, it's Milan, Regis, Francia, and I'm good. That's
Yeah.
it. The reason behind, I'm gonna go down the list. The reason behind Francia is because like she talks what a lot of these, like the three of them speak from what they feeling or what they thinking. Milan, he just says,
He's
what it
slick.
is. It's
He's
like
slick.
it is what it is. I'm gonna say it, and it is what it is. Y'all can fight me on it.
I have
It is what
respect
it
for
is,
him
bro.
because he actually, that's
Yeah,
his
like,
beliefs. I respect.
That's
for
his
him.
belief. And for Regis, I'm questionable about that. Sometimes I don't feel like he means what he's saying. I'm like, you don't mean that.
I feel like he does mean it. I just feel like he's giving a perspective that no one else is really thinking about. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, and that's why I was like,
That's
yo, live your
respect.
truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I don't always agree with it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a viewpoint for everybody.
You're
and I
right.
think Milan also comes from the same point of just being like, yo, this is how I feel, and whether you like it or not, I'm gonna say it. And I think that's
And we
kind of
need-
the platform. You know
We
what
need
I'm
more
saying?
people like that on the earth, man.
I agree.
I do feel like Malone and Regis were the most controversial because they seem to be more conservative. I feel like a lot of the things they say is based on the way they were raised in terms of their religious background.
Right.
And so that's why I feel like, and religion is always
Wait, you said religions, because some of the things they said, I don't think has any to do
in terms of like, he said he can have a few wives and women can't do certain things.
Right.
So I think he basically make it seem like I'm the man in charge. I can do whatever I want. And also that was the same thing with Regis too. He would say a lot of things about what women can do and what they cannot do. And then when it comes to the man, he's like, well, I'm a man, so yeah. And that was always a problem for a lot of us in the cast. Well, especially the women.
I mean,
I was about to say, don't say I ain't
Well,
care either way.
the
like,
woman. We're
I was saying, I ain't care
I
either
wasn't
way. It
part of
is-
that, but I mean, for like for Milan and Regis, I mean, they spoke well their truths. Like I respect it. Obviously, I don't agree with it. Like that's their opinion, so I don't have to agree with it.
You know what I like, man? I like people that don't want to be politically correct. They don't want to be the savior. They don't want to be like the people's champion because they keeping it real.
Right.
And sometimes they allow other people to also speak their realness, because now if Milan and Regis kept held back what they were feeling, we wouldn't know what they were feeling or what we thinking. We're gonna be like, all right, we all just a group of people that just agree with each other. But now that you say these things, you put us in a position where
You also
we
think
can
about other people.
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
you know?
and we can educate. Now we can educate and have an education, like education.
We actually have no real conversation.
But-
Yeah, now we could really talk about why do you feel this way, and then it also allows you to know we're not the only people to think how we're
Exactly.
thinking.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So yeah,
But I was kind of surprised that there was this woman who actually commented on Milan's comment about, the way the woman dressed, because there was one of the discussion about the sexual harassment,
Right,
and
right.
the woman basically said, yeah, I agree with Milan because the way you dress represents who you are. So he was basically saying whatever Milan was saying about being harassed by the way you dress was true, because apparently the way you dress has everything to do with being sexually harassed.
Nah,
and I was very
Not
surprised.
everything.
I wouldn't- I don't feel like that.
Not everything.
No,
Nah, I
I'm
don't feel like
saying
that,
I was
nah.
surprised that a woman was actually agreeing with
You know,
him,
right.
because we
I'm
were
not.
all like, why
I'm
would
not
you say
surprised.
that?
I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not
surprised at
surprised, but I
all.
wouldn't say it's just close because women could dress like Zenobia made this example. Her and Francia was to wear the same outfit.
Right.
It's
It'll
gonna
be
be
completely
different,
different.
yeah.
It's just like there's men out there that just can't really
control
control
it.
themselves.
Exactly. You can
Like,
have
it's
a
okay.
turtleneck on,
Like
a
it's
turtleneck.
okay.
It also
So-
depends on where you are,
We're
because
thinking-
Middle America is different than New York. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Thank
like
you.
Yeah.
our
It's just-
followers come from everywhere, so it
Yeah.
also depends on where you live. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
but what I'm saying is I was surprised that a woman was actually agreeing with
I'm
it,
not surprised at
because
all. Like, you know
he
what I'm
was
saying?
like going in.
Believe it or not, a lot of women don't have the ideology of the liberal woman, or I want to say the New York or the social media. Like, they really feel like women should
Should be a lady. You
I mean, yeah, and then just like,
Oh,
but we
and she
can't.
crosses her legs.
Yeah,
Right.
cross her legs. And she contradiction on 100. But
Okay.
yeah, like,
I'm
but we
just
can't
saying.
get mad at them, because it's like at the same time, just like, you know, women have a perception on how they want men to be, I guess. We too, men also have a perception on how we want women to be.
Right.
But it's just that for men, we kind of have a history of enforcing it.
Right.
So that's where the backlash in the class comes from. So when a woman says, I agree with her, it's like, I can't get mad at, you know what I'm saying? I can't get mad at her for saying she agree with me.
I think overall, like, our cast gives it a huge diversity as far as, like, thought processes, which is awesome because it allows us to look at things in a different light. And it also, you know, tells other people, you know what I'm saying, like, how they would handle certain situations. So, you know, I think overall, our cast definitely gives you a wide range.
I definitely agree. Yeah, we all have different backgrounds, so it's great that we are able to have these discussions. Yeah. So now the next question is, who do you feel made most sense throughout the whole cast?
I'll say Shabazz.
Really? Okay.
I got.
To me, it's Shabazz and Bridget.
I got a list. I got a list.
I think it depends on the episode, though.
Yeah, it depends on the topic. It depends on the topic.
Is it more than one person? Like, can I choose multiple?
It's just a general question. Who made the most sense?
I would say A-Crown made sense. He made a lot of sense. He made a lot of sense.
A-Crown.
I'll give it to Shabazz. He definitely made some sense.
Well,
a lot of sense too. And Bridget too. Bridget came from like when Bridget talks, she sounded like she did her research.
She
like,
does, no, she be sounding like an activist.
She did her homework. Yeah.
I'm
like, listen,
it's
I'm
not bad.
Black
and low key, I'll be like, I want to smoke with you, but hold up, let me get ready for this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of episodes Bridget be ready to, like, I don't know if she about to punch Shabazz in the face. I'm like watching. So
what's
she's
up?
Like, yo, I'm like, damn, what's good with you?
Yo, Bridget, you watching this? I miss you.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was about the DNA test. She was so passionate about, oh my God. Like,
yo, but I'll give it to you. You made a lot of sense
on
that episode as well. Like, you said something that was just like, I was like, damn.
Wait, the DNA test?
Yeah, he was something about like, I was like, okay, damn, that makes sense.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I should have led with that. Like,
we're gonna give it to you too.
Yeah, I think that's what I was saying. I think it depends on the episode. Like when you guys had I was in that debate when you guys had the discussion about the birth defect.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you because I feel like there are a lot of parents out there who are so irresponsible. That's why a lot of kids are living on, you know,
or foster care.
In foster care. So I feel like if you're not ready to be a parent, you shouldn't be a parent. Yeah. So I was like, I am with you 100%. So I think it really depends on the episode.
I gotta give it to Tunde. I think Tunde definitely like brings it in like realistically, and then his thought process and the way he delivers. Is
what?
Just like,
what are we talking about here?
you struck a nerve just
no,
now.
I'm so confused.
Hold on.
No, come on now. Like, you gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him.
I'm gonna say this.
Are you joking?
I'm gonna say this. Tunde he says the right things, like politically.
Right damn to
I won't say the right things.
He says the right things.
He's passionate and he delivers it well.
Exactly. Okay, just because you deliver it well doesn't mean you're saying the right thing.
That's his truth, though.
His truth? Are you kidding? Like a lot of things he says just contradict a lot of things, and I'm like, what are you saying?
Give us an example.
Oh yeah, you gotta give me. Lay them out.
Like,
oh Lord,
I
I started
remember Shabazz called him out when he was saying how he dated different girls from different backgrounds, and Shabazz was like, okay, so now you're just making up characters. And I was laughing, because I was watching the episode like, what is he talking about right now? I was so confused.
What episode was that?
Yeah, what was it?
About the interracial
Yeah,
dating?
Interracial couple, yep.
Yeah, the interracial.
And yeah, I definitely agree.
That shit went viral, by the way. Like, people were like, really.
Yeah, I definitely agree with
Tsunami.
See, that's what I'm saying. It depends on the episode. I definitely agree with Tsunami, and I didn't know what the hell Tunde was talking about, and I was so confused.
It was that episode when him and Francine was going back and forth. Like,
oh, you mean the season finale?
Yeah, I don't know how the hell.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Got escalated to that shit.
You did kind of contradict yourself a little bit, a lot of it, but like,
like Tunde, we cool and all, but you kind of took it too far by mentioning that prostitution shit. Like, you took it way too far.
It is what it is, though.
I was just over it.
You can't defend women in one scene and then bash a woman in another.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's one of your own too. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
You know
like one moment you praising women, and the next moment you calling this girl a whore, prostitute. If she wants to be a prostitute, that's her business.
Make that money, boo.
Why are you over here judging? Like, worry about your own self.
Not saying y'all should be prostitutes out there. You're not.
I mean, make your money.
But she's not a prostitute.
I'm not telling you what not to do.
I'm not saying anything.
I'm saying that. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't saying anything.
Anyway,
let's
so
go to the next one, right?
Let's go to the next question. The least active person. We all can
Hold
agree.
on, let's all lean back.
We all can agree.
Can I make my defense real quick?
All right, go ahead.
See, what happened was.
What happened was, my truth was I was only on 2 episodes, and within those 2 episodes, I didn't get a chance to speak, so I'm not arguing with anybody.
But why not?
I'm chilling.
You gotta come in like.
Yeah, it's a debate show. You need to debate.
I'm making my points, And then you got, I'm not gonna say any
home.
names. You got people cutting me off, so I'm just like, yo, I'm not even gonna argue with y'all. So y'all make y'all points right here. I already said what I had to say.
What I would
Two,
have.
I was saying really. There was a few episodes I would love to be on to just like giving my points, like biracial relationships. I've dated white girls.
Okay.
The DNA.
Oh, they gonna bash you in the comment section.
Yeah, the DNA
Setup.
test. I would love to be on that. Well, the Black Panther. Y'all already covered that one.
DNA test was juicy. I liked it.
That was juicy.
Yeah,
It was.
there was stuff I would have loved to be on, but you know, it's another season. I could.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll do better. You know,
You
I
need to
admitted
talk.
myself. I didn't
You
talk.
need to talk. It's
Oh,
every man is
that's
for
just
himself.
That's just who I am. I'm not arguing anybody.
You
I'm
know,
not
okay,
gonna
well,
talk.
you
It's
wanna
not arguing, it's
debate
a
them.
debate.
You know what you should
Nah,
do?
y'all was arguing. You can't watch the episode. Y'all was arguing.
Well,
back
I
and
mean,
forth.
Nah, you know what?
Y'all
You,
said
that's why I say you gotta
I'm
do
not
it.
doing that. I'm not doing that.
Come on,
I'm a chill.
You melanin, you gotta.
I'm a chill.
What's up? You gotta
backhand, you know,
Like,
I'm
you
a
gotta
chill.
slap your hand like you slap somebody's face. Like, yo, you want some real? You from New York, right? You from
I'm
Queens.
from, yo, on some
You
real,
be
on
talking
some
about-
real, yo,
I
I'm
like
not-
that. Keep that
I'm
energy.
chilling.
Keep that going. You know
That's
what
if you get me tight, but I'm not arguing anybody from them dumb shit.
But listen, another thing you could do is rate your hand. Like I used to do that the first season. I'd be like,
Or
yo,
you should be like, I have
But
something
nobody,
to say.
yeah, nobody pays attention to that though.
yo,
It'd be like,
y'all gonna listen to me, like.
With the finger, I have something to say.
I'll say something, you know, I'll be more active next season, say some shit.
So next season, more energy, right?
More energy. I ain't gonna say no concert. I might not say. I can't.
Just
promise-
be you,
I can't
though.
promise you that. I
Yeah,
can't
just
promise
be
you
you.
that.
If it's your truth, then
There's gonna be
If
some
it's
stuff
your
you won't agree with. So
and that's the
I
whole
don't really-
purpose. Like we all want to, you know, say how we really feel because that's a viewpoint that
say how
somebody else is feeling. You know what
I
I'm
would
saying?
say how I feel. I don't really give a.
That's
I'm a-
fine
yo,
though. You
see,
gotta fight.
you pulled that thing.
Like,
You need to stop
I'ma say,
saying that. You need to
excuse
stop
my language.
saying that.
I don't give a
Seriously.
fuck what people think about me, so I'm gonna say what the fuck I want.
Okay, so
That's how
then
Milan
you
Regis
need
said. I
to
don't
do
give a
that.
fuck.
You need to
Keep
do
that
that.
energy.
Yeah, that's what we need. You
If
need
we
to
on an episode together, I'm gonna be like this the whole episode. Like,
looking at it, right?
With that
Make sure
energy.
But
you
that's how I
say
felt when those tussles and y'all was arguing. I'm like, I don't really give a fuck. So y'all can what the hell to say what y'all want to say. I don't care.
but people are watching the show to see your opinion.
Right,
too,
they need
so-
Because
to.
they want you to
Right.
fight for the same
Right.
thought process.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
I feel
All
So
right,
if
guys.
you disagree.
Right.
I feel you.
If you agree, disagree, just say it.
Oh yeah,
And
there was
let
a lot
us
of
know
episodes.
why you agree.
There was
and
a
why
lot
you
of
disagree.
episodes I was watching. I'm like, oh nah, I done really blacked somebody on this one.
That's what I'm
All
talking
right.
about.
Like,
So-
what was the episode when Jarrell was like, I'm high maintenance? I'm looking at her like, what the fuck you buying that's high maintenance?
Ooh, yes, shit. That energy.
I was like,
That energy. I said, that's what I'm talking about.
and I still didn't get an answer. I want the answer.
All right.
Next question.
So yeah, let's go to the next question. So, what were some of your favorite lines?
Oh, I gotta
I was swimming in that pussy.
I like the one about certified hoe. Like,
All right,
what?
certified.
But not in
All
the way that I thought about. When he said I was swimming, when he said I was swimming, I'm thinking like, oh, he eating that shit good. Like, that's how I feel. That's what I do.
Oh, the lip.
When he said it was too loose.
The lip movement, tongue movement, and everything.
But Regis, I love it. When he said it was, I was like, wait, what?
No, he meant like.
I had to rewind it like
Yeah,
one more
you get
time,
like-
one
Oh
more
my
time.
God, look.
And
I
I
think
still
he gets the
understand.
terminology that, you know what I'm saying?
I'm like, this is a new
I would
term?
say, I would definitely say certified hoe was just jokes to me. The way it
Certified
was
hoe.
presented on it.
I saw a T-shirt on that one. I was like,
You
certified-
did?
No, I saw a perfect T-shirt. Certified hoe. Come on now.
I
Like,
need one of
They need to pay us.
come on,
They
can
need
we?
to pay us.
Hello, can we get one certified?
Can we,
hoe?
you know what I'm saying? My first one was certified hoe, but it's not. But my best one of them all is black men don't cheat. Can I get an amen? Wow.
I liked it. When,
Wow.
I liked it.
I
when-
mean, I would like to be there with you, but I mean, we gotta keep it real.
Right, let's
Everybody
keep it real.
cheat.
I would
Everybody
say,
cheat.
I would say this. The episode when I was talking about fashion gun, y'all all laughed at me. When you go back to the previous episode, the Halloween special, I said I got somebody pointing a gun at me. There was nothing in the gun was loaded, but nothing was in the chamber. He flashed the damn gun and it worked. I got scared. So I don't want to hear anybody talking to me about that bullshit because it works. That shit works.
What, flashing a gun on?
Yeah, he pointed the gun out like this, like run your shit. There was,
I mean,
it was
why would
loaded,
you-
but nothing was in the chamber. That's what I was talking about in the episode. Like you can flash the gun,
but
you don't have to shoot.
Why would you have to? Why would you have to challenge that in the first place?
Right.
Right.
Let me
Yeah,
see.
but y'all was-
Let me see the
but
bullet.
yeah,
in
but
there.
y'all was
Let me
too-
see. Let me see that bullet.
I ain't gonna lie. I
There's
thought
a
about
bullet,
that
but
one
y'all
day. I
was-
thought it was like, yo, pull it out. What's good? Like,
Y'all was laughing at
Nah,
me
let
like,
me
yo,
see.
y'all
I
was
believe you.
laughing like that was not gonna work, and it actually does
no,
work.
it does. It does.
I think the best. I kind of have to agree with certified hoe.
Yeah.
I mean,
saw the shirt.
in all honesty,
Certified hoe.
it's
It's a certified. It's like
I was with certified hoes.
you got.
Certified hoes. And he is Sebastian going like,
nerd.
I still gotta know what is a
oh,
certified.
so funny.
What's a certified hoe? Like, is that like she's
Certified.
like you're officially a hoe? Like you got a license?
Verified.
Huh?
Verified.
You're verified.
Verified.
As a hoe.
That
Okay,
means
all
See
you
that
know,
blue check on your.
Alright.
that means that comes with a list, and then they claim it. They get it.
Okay.
It's a stamp.
All right.
Got it.
So she verifies it. Nobody.
You have
cool.
to because she's certified.
Oh.
But I definitely like when Bridget told Shabazz what's up, like, what's up, Shabazz? You keep cutting me off, and she was going in, and I was just like, yes, tell him,
I was scared
because
for
he's
him.
been cutting people off all day, so I was ready for that.
Yo, Regis, I got a lot of
I
love.
was laughing the whole time. I was like, yeah,
Regis,
Go
I got
ahead,
a lot
give
of
it
love
to
for you,
him.
bro.
So
I
wait,
got a lot
hold
of love
on.
for you, bro.
The whole black man don't cheat. Y'all not on that? Like I'm still on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all not going to follow the movement, the faithful
Yo,
black
listen,
man?
listen, you believe in it. I'm proud
Next,
of it. That's
let's
good.
move on to the next
I
question.
support the movement.
Let's move on to the next question.
I
So, what are some reactions you guys got from the public?
I ain't gonna lie. A couple of people pulled up to the DMs. You feel me? They had a couple
Uh-oh.
of things. You know what
Slide
I'm saying?
in.
A couple slide in real quick with it. Some people, like, it was positive, really. They were just like, oh, thank you for, I mean, not thank you, but like more in the sense of, I like the way your mindset works or whatever like that. I like how you articulate, and I'm just like, word, I do. Like, I had to go rewatch the episodes. Like, I did. Like, hold up, what are y'all watching? But yeah, it was positive. Some of it was very positive. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when the Black Panther episode aired, many people hit me up and they were basically saying what were their motive, because it seems like they were ganging up on you. Was it because you were not African? Because some people made comments about that. So they felt like, and I also felt like, they were ganging up on me for whatever reason, and I was just like, if y'all had a problem with me from before, you should have said it to me.
Nah, it was warranted that.
No. I just felt like if they had a problem with me, they should have said it before. Don't wait until you get on camera to try to be all gangster. And I did not like
who
the
was being gangster though?
Are you kidding?
Like, you see saying like people stood up like it was good.
No,
Like,
I was getting cut off. I never got my point across,
Right.
and it was just terrible. Like,
You know what it was?
I had like the worst headache afterwards, and I was pissed.
You know what it was, man? It's just that everybody had, I guess we all kind of had this understanding of the topic, and we had a collective thought on a topic.
Right, but the
you
problem is, the
contradict-
truth in the matter is, none of you guys read the book, but everybody were like,
Wait,
I
what
read
book?
the book.
What
I
book?
read
Wait, what
the
book?
You mean the comic
The
What
book, the
Oh, no,
Black
don't do that
Panther.
with me. I write comic books.
No, but
I
did
grew
you
up-
read the Black Panther comic book? Because there's,
Yes, I did.
there's
Yes,
12
I did.
of them.
There's more than 12.
12 of them
There's
in
a
the
lot.
series,
There's
and everybody
more than
were
12.
acting
and
like,
they were remade too. They
Right,
don't do
but-
this
There's a
with me.
lot.
the
There's a
thing
lot. There's a
is-
lot
I-
of issues.
So
I
we're
do
around
comic books.
rehashing.
right, but the thing is,
Trip down
but
memory
the thing
lane.
is, the truth in the matter is, the film was not strictly about the book, and I still stand on the
We
same
still
thing.
mad.
I still stand on
Hashtag.
that, because when I read the book, the person who was the villain was a woman. It was not Killmonger. And also, New Avenger came out right after the film, because some of the characters in Black Panther is also in that film, because that was a part of the series. Nobody brought that up, but everybody claimed they read the book, and I just did not appreciate the way I was treated that episode.
Hashtag
It
still
was,
mad.
it was beyond the book.
Tell them how you feel.
No,
Tell them how you
I am
feel.
gonna say how I feel,
But
because
it was
that's
beyond
how
the book. That's what the argument was. It was like,
No,
it
people
was
were
like, did it
saying-
influence
no, people were
influence the culture though? That's what
No,
people
but
were
no,
talking
people
about.
were saying like, bottom line is you're missing the one because the film was about the comic book. No, there was more to the film than just the comic book.
Yeah, you're definitely right. There was more to
Right,
it.
but
There
pe-
was a message to it.
Exactly, but
Just-
everybody was disagreeing with me and saying
No,
I
we
missed
weren't.
the point.
Oh, talking about no.
You're like, you missed the point. Whoosh, whoosh.
I gotta watch the episode
Yeah,
again. Maybe we
Shabazz
should-
was
'cause
like,
I feel like you did miss a point when we was like, it was about the it's a comic book movie at the end
It
of the
was
day.
a comic book.
So the pressure that we put upon it for like to have this life-changing cultural change and
Right, no,
experience
what
was
I
like,
was
hold up,
saying
it's
is
a
I
comic
was
book.
misled. I was
Okay.
misled by the way they advertised it. That's what I said. I didn't say that's what it was about.
How did
How'd they advertise it?
Because the way-
I'm not gonna get into that.
'Cause people were
We
making
going
it
down
seem-
memory lane. We're supposed to be
People
talking
were
about a
making
whole
it
other
seem like it
concept
was
right
like a
now.
I would say
Well,
this
left
to end this. Well, your point.
You know, I just wanted to let it out.
I would say this. I've seen the movie twice. Yes, it is I'm a huge Marvel fan, DC fan. It's a comic book. Yes, you're right about that. But at the same time, what the producers did in that movie, they just added real life.
That's what I was
situations.
saying, that
They
part, the
just
real
like
life
they just threw it.
situation.
They just like threw it in there. You know, there was one-liners that Killmonger was saying, especially and T'Challa. You know, the rest
He
of them.
is an original comic book
Exactly.
villain. That's
He is-
what that's the thing. He's
exactly,
an
and
original-
that one character, Killmonger, we can relate to him more than T'Challa. So I'm gonna end it on that. So you had your point, they had their point. It's whatever. We're done.
Okay, great. Next part, reaction from the public in person.
Definitely, like I'll probably go to like a party, specifically day parties, and somebody be like, AMs, and I'll be like, what? Who you? And I'm like, they were like, yeah, I see you on the show, man. I'm like, wow. And it's crazy because I would have like a hat on, you know what I'm saying? Had the hat low and whatever. I'm like, wow, you recognize me. That's crazy. I remember I came back from, it was a Nigerian after party or something like that. And I was like going home. I was with my cousin. I was on the sidewalk, ready to cross the street. Some dude was like, hey, you on the AMs, right? I was like, yeah. Like sometimes I question, like, am I? Yeah, I am. Yeah. And then they were like, yeah, I see you on the show, man, whatever. And that same night too, as funny as it may be, someone was like, hey, you Akron? I'm like, wow, this is real, like this is real life. Like
that means they're watching.
Yeah,
so
like people really
that,
watching it. Like,
yeah. I had two. I had one at Afropunk. They were like, yo, are you a millennial? I was like,
like millennial in what way?
I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, you're on that show, right? And I was like, oh shit. I was like, yeah, I am.
You questioned yourself.
Well, they said millennial, and I was like, that could go a few different ways.
Oh yeah, you're right.
What do you mean by millennial? But yeah, no, people definitely do watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So no matter what you say, you know what I'm saying, somebody's watching. You never know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I went to an event for MSNBC, and there was this woman sitting next to me. She actually watched the show, and I was so surprised because she looked all proper and dignified, and I'm like, wait, what? Because like, okay, so they had like some sort of segment, and people from like that works for MSNBC was talking, and afterwards, after the event was over, I introduced myself to her, you know, just to mingle, and then she was like, you look familiar. And I'm like, yeah, I get that a lot because, you know, people say I look like somebody they know all the time. And she's like, no, there's this show I watch on the internet. I'm like, stop. I was so surprised. But yeah, she's like, yeah, I like watching stuff on YouTube. I'm a YouTuber. So yeah, I definitely like the show. And I was like, oh my God. People are actually watching, and you would never thought, because normally people think it's only little kids that's on YouTube, but no, grown people are on YouTube watching
It's like
stuff.
It's the new TV.
Yep.
It really is.
Like I search all the time for looking for new things. You know what I'm saying?
Random stuff.
So I was very excited about that and happy.
Yes.
What about you?
Yes. I'm talking to the least active person on the show. Of course, I'm not gonna know me.
All right, what about like people you know personally? Like
people I know personally, like I tell them of it. It was like, that's cool. I mean, this one kid hit me up like a couple of weeks ago on Instagram. That he has, mental health issues.
Right.
So he was telling me like he loves the show, and that stuff happened to him. That he's getting stuff back together, and like I was motivating an influencer. I feel like he's telling that to everybody in the cast because he loves the show. But the thing is, he said that he said it to me. I read the message like, I don't know if he's talking to the right person and stuff, because I ain't really say anything or do anything. I don't know what he's seeing, but I took it. I embraced it. I'm like, obviously, if you need anybody to talk to, because I've had people in my family who has mental issues and stuff. Come talk to me and stuff. I'm not gonna like shun you. I'm not gonna push you to the side. Like, I'll talk to him a few times here and there, and like see how he's doing. So he's cool. Cool people. Shout out. You know who if you watch it, you know what I'm talking about. So shout out to you.
All right. So let's move on to the next question. The next question is, what misconception do people have of you that might not be true?
This one confused the shit out of me a lot. A lot of people get the notion that I'm too serious. Like they be like, yo, you come off very serious or like unapproachable sometimes, and I'm like confused. Like what? Me? Like I don't know what it is, but I could only break it down to the fact that I'm probably like the nicest person in the cast. Like I'm one of the nicest people in the cast. Like for real, keeping 100 with you. And if you're looking at my appearance or whatever, it's probably because of my environment. That's just really what my environment is.
You did come off intimidating when I first met you, and I'm like, what's up with him? Because he came over, he sat down, and like, so what's your deal? I'm like,
wait, what?
When I first met him.
You sure about this?
Yeah.
I was saying like, what?
I was chilling.
I was kind of like, should I
what?
be nice right now? Because so what's your deal? I'm like
I said, product of my environment. Like I grew up in Queens. It is what it is. I'm gonna call it the hood. It was the hood. It is the hood. And
rep your set, bro.
I mean,
it's
just the demeanor. It's the environment I was around, the people I was around, and it just comes off like, it could come off like, okay, what you on right now?
But he's a nice person.
Yeah, I'm like I said, the nicest. You gotta say the nicest.
That's out. Don't put words in my mouth.
That's what I don't know about nicest.
I said the nicest, like the nicest.
I think I'm the nicest.
Or the quietest.
Yeah, the quietest.
Both. Wow, damn.
We're gonna say both.
He said the quietest.
We're gonna say both.
For real. All right, what about
misconception? Well, people like to just talk crap, so I don't really know where to go from there. They were, they were saying a lot of smart things, and I'm just kind of like, you over here talking all this mess. You didn't even do any research. You don't know what you're talking about, but you calling us idiots. Like, seriously, stop being a troll.
Not us, you.
No.
Like,
They've said
people
it,
called you idiots? Called you an idiot?
They've said that about me. They've said that about Milan. They've said that about Jesse. Like, if they don't agree with you, they start calling you names. And
Very
that's
true.
what I noticed in the comment section. So it's not really a misconception to me.
I don't really care.
It's just like them talking shit.
I don't really care. You can talk whatever you want. Same time, I live my life.
Yeah.
You could probably live in a miserable life. Go ahead. I don't care.
Exactly.
What you
We're
gotta
living
do?
our lives here.
I think for me, misconception is I'm unapproachable. You know what I'm saying? I think the beard scares a lot of people away. You know what I'm saying?
But they're like, is it real though?
Right.
I'm like, what?
It's like they don't want to talk to me, and I'm like, yo,
Sometimes I wish I had that beard go
I'm
like this.
the nicest
Dead ass,
person.
just do
That's why I
that.
go like this so much.
Like I'm thinking, like I don't say the wise to tell y'all real.
In all honesty, like I'm the nicest person.
Right.
I think I'm the nicest.
I think you are. I
I'll give
agree.
it to you.
want
I'll
this
give it to
title
you. I'll give it
so
to you.
badly. Like,
I'll give it to you.
But no, you know what I'm saying? Like, talk to me. I'm approachable. The beard is just a beard. I'm a guy underneath it. That's about it.
true.
Yep. So, all right. So that's it for that part. So then the next question is, what will you do differently in season 3?
Speak. Speak.
He said speak.
Speak low.
More episodes. Nah.
Speak. If I get more episodes, but I'm gonna speak.
Definitely like open more about how I feel about certain things, and I would say what's on top of my list is I'm not going to allow anybody to add another meaning to what I'm saying,
Right.
because there's time that people will funny,
Add
like
it, right.
like add that meaning, like don't add a meaning to what I'm saying,
Right.
because when you don't quote me, it's either like, okay, it's between what you heard and what you want to hear,
Yeah.
or what you want to happen. So I'm just like, if you're going to, like, for example, I'll give an example right now. Like, for example, when Milan was like, he said Tsunami was average on a set or whatever, people automatically equated that to him calling her ugly.
Right.
And I was like,
That
here
makes
I
no
am.
sense.
It's like you're adding another meaning. And another example is once again when Milan looked at Bridget, he was like, "Yo, you're angry. Like, why are you angry?"
Right. And then right.
And then Tuna was like, "Oh, you're calling her an angry black woman." I was like, you can't add a meaning to what he was trying to say, because it's like he didn't use those words.
Exactly.
So
But it's still perception.
it's perception, but you have to understand, like, if that's not what he meant or those are not the words he used, you have to give people the benefit of the doubt to believe that.
Or better
That-
communication.
Yeah,
so
better-
that you tell them exactly what you want.
Yeah, but like, okay,
Yeah.
so what did you mean by like
Right.
she's angry? Like, for example, as Milan being a black man, I feel like the stereotype behind that statement should be reduced, being that it's coming from a black man. Now, if it was coming from another race, I could understand where the confusion could come in. But being that he's a black man, and being that I know him personally and knowing his background, that's not what he meant. Because it's been done to me on the show too, so that's why I was like, nah, I'm not letting that shit slide this time. Like, nobody's added another meaning to what I'm really trying to say.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's like you said, ask me what I mean, and I'll explain it to you. So that's just me.
Sam?
Yeah, I mean, I think what I will do differently, it's very unpredictable, because I feel like people love cutting people off, and that needs to be stopped. Just like you said, people misinterpret what you're
Yeah.
saying because they never let you finish.
Right.
And then it becomes something completely different, or you forget what you were saying, and then now you're just sounding crazy because you're just saying stuff and you can't even remember what you're saying. So I'm just like,
That's
we'll
not
just
gonna-
have to wait and see.
That's not gonna stop.
I ain't doing shit different. I mean, we still me. I ain't doing shit different.
What,
Hello.
New Year's ain't me? He said New
Hello.
Year's ain't me, all right.
I'm gonna speak more, but I'm still not gonna give a fuck. Honestly.
That's all you say. You don't give a fuck. Like, why you?
What do you want from me?
Because
He
you
said,
keep
what more
saying
do you-
that.
What the fuck
It's
you
just-
want from me?
No, because you're always saying that, like, it's a debate show. You have to care.
I'm gonna speak my mind, but other than that, that's it.
I don't give
what
a
you
fuck.
want?
Yo, listen to the Haitian Queen.
What is
all right?
that? What's that about?
What you want? What you
Say
want?
to him in Creole.
You want me to curse somebody on the show?
You have to tell somebody off if they're pissing you off. If they really like interrupting you, they're not letting you say your piece. If you're passionate about it, you have to voice your opinion. You can't just be like, I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna do what
Like,
Bridget did and was gonna go crazy.
She didn't go crazy.
She was about
like,
to.
he
She was about to
make a-
box Shabazz.
She wanted to make a point, and you see when she went off, like people started listening because he was not letting her speak the whole time, and that's what happens sometimes.
All right, I got you.
So
I
at
got
some
you.
point,
I'ma
you have to, let them know. I have something to say. So, yeah.
Like, yo, I got something to say. Y'all gonna shut up and listen.
Right, exactly.
That energy.
Anyways,
That energy.
that's it for now.
I'm gonna get real hood on that. I'm playing. I'm
Okay, anyways, thank you for watching. That's it for this
Yes.
segment. We'll see you next time.
Stay
Don't
tuned to
forget,
season 3.
Keep
Season
watching
3
and
coming.
subscribe. Bye.
Peace.
Thanks for watching, and if you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.